Sorry I'm late. Was the fort held successfully in my absence?
The general manager rang. Wants a word.
Huh?
He said he'd pop over.
What's it about?
He didn't say.
Trouble?
He didn't say.
Oh. Anything else?
Your wife rang. She hasn't received a checkbook yet.
What can I do about it?
She wants you to phone the bank.
Couldn't she manage that?
I didn't like to suggest it.
Sorry.
I'll ring them when I get back, shall I?
Please. Nothing else?
Yes.
Well?
Afternoon post. It's from Woodward and Lynch.
Get them for me, please.
Now's not the time, I know, but could I have an extra quarter of an hour for lunch? I'm meeting someone.
All right, that's fine. Has Brian Palmer got wind of this?
Hello? Mr. Woodward, please. Paul Collins, Petrochem.
Stephen? What in God's name are you playing at?
That's your change. And that's your receipt. Thanks.
So,
Hello.
all right.
Hiya. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I just feel a bit dizzy now and again, and I can't hear a lot in that ear either.
That's only when I ask him to do something.
You what?
What can I do for you?
Hey?
What can I do for you?
All right, I heard you the first time. We're back, aren't we?
Yeah.
We live here.
Not anymore, you don't.
That flat's mine just as much as yours.
No. You put money into the business. The flat was always mine. Well, now I need it for storage.
So what do we do?
Find somewhere else.
And you've been taking on extra staff as well.
I had to.
So where does that leave me?
Haven't a clue.
Cow.
Listen. I sweated blood to get this business going. And what happened? Him and his mate nearly ruined it. Well, never again. Right?
I've got money in this.
If you want cash, come back tomorrow. If you'll take a cheque, you can have it now. I can't be messed about anymore. I'm sorry.
Hello, Paul.
How are you, Brian?
Is that a genuine inquiry? If so, I'll probably bore you to death with details of my dirty ulcer.
You haven't.
Well suspected. Anyway, how are you?
Fine.
Annabelle?
Fine. Lisa mentioned that you wanted a word.
Yes. Well, it's a bit awkward, Paul, but... Well, people are getting worried about this Woodward and Lynch business.
There's no need. It's under control.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Have you seen this?
Well, how did you get this?
Your secretary gave me a copy.
Lisa?
Well, there's no betrayal, Paul. I told her I wanted to see copies of all the correspondence between ourselves and Woodward and Lynch.
Could you have told me?
Why?
How does it look?
Look, I'm sorry, Paul, if I've hurt your feelings, but I haven't got time for these social niceties. Now, this piffling little business is rapidly getting out of hand. These little extras make that one of the most expensive tenders.
I realise that.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, first of all, I'm going to get it checked out by the legal department.
There's no need.
What?
I've already done it. It is legal. Well, what else?
Well, I'm not sure. I've only just received it.
You know what it'll do to these bribery rumours?
Well, you'll hear no more of them, I can assure you.
Oh?
They emanate from Colin Peterson, the convener. It just so happens that I've got something on him.
And what's that?
He's stirring up trouble because of a personal grudge. He was sacked by Woodward and Lynch for brawling on the shop floor.
Who told you that?
Woodward and Lynch.
Have you checked it?
So no need.
Look, Paul. Colin Peterson was a much-respected shop steward for Woodward and Lynch. He was sacked for hitting a foreman who just insulted a black girl. It resulted in a 6-week strike, which was only resolved when the foreman was sacked. And Peterson was offered his job back. He didn't take it. He went full time into the union. The man's a bloody hero, Paul.
Hey, Celia.
Oh, hi. Hey. All right then, lads. All right, Karen?
Yeah.
Have you got it?
Got what?
The money?
Oh, that's, yeah. Here you go.
Oh, it's not bad. Not bad.
So, when do I get it back?
Tomorrow. Come on.
Hey, wait a minute. Rate of interest.
What?
Well, I'll lend you money. I want interest.
It's only $4 a day.
You're still taking a risk, though, aren't I?
How much?
I'll, settle for £1.
Oh, very good of you. Come on. See ya.
See ya.
Sit down.
Do you want a cup of tea?
No, thanks.
I was just making one.
No, look, I've got something cooking.
Oh, all right then. I'll see you.
Bye-bye, Kevin.
See ya.
What?
He's funny.
Who?
Pat?
Are you making any tea?
Nah.
I'm gonna make it for him.
So,
Make it for me.
if you want tea, go and make it yourself.
There are 3 issues. First, Woodward and Lynch are trying to pull a fast one. I think I can handle that.
You think?
I know. Secondly, there's all this talk about bribery. It's just a red herring, a smokescreen. The board can dispel that by giving me a full vote of confidence.
Yes.
And third, there's the fundamental issue of the subcontract itself. I need to know if the entire board's still behind me.
I'm not at all sure that they ever were.
You were at the meeting.
If I remember correctly, there was a vague consensus. We okayed it as long as you could get it through without any problems.
The vote of confidence, then.
There was no problem there. But to make it mean anything, we'd have to go through the motions.
I'm sorry. Can you explain?
Well, getting proof. Absolute proof that these rumors are unfounded.
What sort of proof?
Well, we'd have to look in your bank account.
You're not serious.
Yes, I'm afraid I am.
I don't believe this.
Come on, Paul. We're both too long in the tooth for these displays of outraged virtue. The union says you're on the take. If you're on the take, it would show in your bank account. Well, the simple but inexorable logic said that if you won't share your bank account, well, then...
Carry on.
Well, if you won't share your bank account, then according to Colin Peterson's logic, you've got something to hide.
They're trying to force me to resign.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, that's what it means. To keep my job, I have to let you pry into my private affairs.
Resignation's a luxury you can't afford, Paul, for more than one reason. Besides, if you were to resign now, under a cloud, what would Colin Peterson make of that?
If I were fiddling, would I put it into my own account?
I told you we are just going through the motions.
I'll write you a letter of authorization.
Thanks.
Time was when a man's word was his bond.
Not when there's money involved, Paul. Not these days.
And when did he get back? A couple of hours ago. He looks great.
Sound as a pound. Hey, what's all this?
Leaflets.
Who did them?
I got them printed special.
How much?
I'm going to go and see George tomorrow. Going to show one to him. Hey, wait till you see this.
The petition.
6,842 names. And you see this one here, McCormack. Her brother is married to a girl whose sister's married to the brother of an MP. I might meet him next week. I'm going to London. Going to present this at number 10.
Downing Street.
Well, unless she's moved to Petticoat Lane.
You fancy him, don't you?
What?
Him. Pat.
He's a friend.
You fancy him?
Oh, grow up.
So you mean to say you don't?
I don't.
You don't think he's good looking?
Of course I think he's good looking.
So you fancy him?
Do you think he's good looking?
He looks like he's just walked out of the catalogue.
Do you think he's good looking?
No.
Am I jealous of him?
I'm not jealous.
Yes, you are. You're jealous because you think he's good looking. So do you fancy him?
Don't talk soft.
No, and neither do I. I think he's good looking, but I don't fancy him, so forget it.
That's why you're going away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's been telling you to, and you do whatever he says.
Look, I think you're going a bit too far, lad.
Well, you're wasting your time because he doesn't fancy you.
I'll survive.
He never has fancied you, he told.
Come on, what? What? No, all.
He told me.
What?
I asked him.
When?
Yesterday, I went to see him.
About me?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if he was after you, that's all.
You asked him that?
He said he wasn't.
Get out.
I went to see him because every time you look at him, you kill me.
Get out.
You should stop rowing like this.
Get out.
Look, I've bought you a present.
You can keep your present. If you don't get out now, I'm going to get somebody to throw you out.
Just try it on.
Are you going?
Just try it on.
Oh, you miserable get. You can take your 30-bob Paddy's Market watch and you can stick it.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much. Goodbye. Take a seat, Paul. No more calls, please. Well, we've been on to your bank, and I'm pleased to say that everything's in order, Paul. Just as I knew it would be.
They didn't tell you about my Swiss bank account, then?
Things are difficult enough, Paul, please. I can understand you feeling aggrieved.
Aggrieved, Brian? I feel raped.
Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you it isn't over yet.
What?
We discovered that Annabelle has recently opened an account.
Yes?
Well, you know what I've got to ask you.
It's a pittance.
Well, then there's no problem.
Did my bank tell you this?
Oh, does it matter?
Why, yes. How dare they divulge details of my wife's account?
Wasn't your bank.
Who then?
Lisa.
Lisa?
She's your personal secretary. We had to question her.
And she told...
She had no option. Look, Paul, you told me yourself that if you were on the take, you wouldn't put it in your own bank account. Now, will you tell me where Annabelle got the money from and how much?
No.
Money.
There you go.
Have fun. What?
What are we supposed to do now?
What about you? I'm going for a cup of tea.
Joking, aren't you? Are we supposed to shift them?
You need a set of wheels.
We haven't got any.
Tough. By the way, where do you think they're selling them?
In town, down Church Street.
Tired of living, are you?
How do you mean?
They've all got their own pictures down there. You end up beside one of them.
What do we do then?
Well, see me.
How much?
Just so happens, I've got this cracking little round. It's only available because the fellow who had it made so much money. He took it at retirement. It's yours for a £5.
I was skint.
Tough.
Look, just keep an eye on these, will you? You'll be back.
Without the confidence of the board, the subcontractor scheme is finished.
I suspect it's finished already.
Without the confidence of the board, you're finished. Oh, if it stopped there, I could accept it, Paul. A man sacrificing his job for the point of principle. But it won't stop there. Paul Collins will be deemed to have left because he was on the take.
My wife opened an account because she'd started a little business. She cooks food for people. Parties, that sort of thing.
Why didn't you say so?
What would Colin Peterson think of that? The plant manager's wife, somebody else's skivvy? May I go now, Brian?
Yes, of course.
So, how are you getting on?
I'm all right. I miss him, though.
You could do with a man around.
It's George I want.
Yeah, but don't you get a bit nervous in the night, like?
George was on nights for donkey's years, wasn't he? I'm used to it.
Yeah, but if you had a man around...
I'll have a man around. George. I'm going to get him out. Don't believe me, do you?
Of course we do.
Yeah, it's just that, well, he isn't going to be out next week, is he? So we thought, like, if you're feeling lonely, well, we could move in with you.
Oh, I don't deserve people like you. Thanks.
So we'll move in then, eh?
No.
Hey?
Couldn't do it to you. You've got your own lives to lead.
You don't mind, honest?
No.
We want to.
No.
We're going to have to move in, Marie. We've got nowhere else to live.
Oh?
Celia's chucked us out.
Well, you had me fooled for a minute there.
Mr. Peterson to see you.
Yes?
Yeah, we've formally set out our position.
You wait outside, please.
What?
Please. The general manager questioned me about my wife's bank account.
I had to tell him, Mr. Collins. He pays my wages. I work for you, but he pays my wages.
Who did you have lunch with, Lisa?
A friend?
Anyone I know?
No.
You can go now.
Pardon?
Home.
It's only 3:15.
Go home, Lisa. Send Mr. Peterson in.
No.
Look, we've been talking to Betty, and your rates are overdue. Your lecky's nearly getting cut off, and all this printing's costing you a fortune, so you could do with the money.
I'm going to be getting some money off the social after all. 40 quid or so. Got a letter this morning. Anyway, you haven't got any money.
Michelle has.
At the Tola?
How much?
Whatever you think's fair.
Would you mind the kids every now and then?
No.
Yeah. Every now and again.
All right.
Sound? What? Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, there's two of us, isn't there?
Go away.
So, can we have the double bed?
No!
All right.
That bed's sacred.
Yeah, but you don't need it, do you?
You've defiled it once, leaving your underpants in it. Never again, no.
We'll pay you a couple of quid extra.
You can use your own sheets.
Did you land it? Yeah. I want you all back tomorrow. You'll get it.
Damon, bring that back here right now.
I can't. I'll explain later, all right?
Mr. Peterson, I suspect you've won. I congratulate you on your victory. But don't ask me to applaud your tactics. In the short term, you've kept a few of your members happy. In the long term, we're all losers, because no one survives in an inefficient factory. Oh, we'll shed labor for greater productivity. Greater productivity for greater profits. Greater profits for more investment. More investment for more jobs. That's what this damned country needs. A vibrant, growing economy that can provide us with schools, hospitals, pensions, everything society needs. I don't see any other way. Look, I care. I don't want to sack anybody. I know only too well how it hurts. But it must be done in the interests of all. This may sound like old-fashioned Toryism, Mr. Peterson, but it isn't. It's simple economics. And there's no other way.
Oh, it's simple, all right. A vibrant economy, schools, hospitals, pensions. That kind of Toryism's not just old-fashioned these days. It's extinct. If it ever existed at all.
Hiya.
All right, son.
What are you doing that for? It's Kate's job, isn't it?
Yeah, well, nothing better to do. There's a letter there for you, love.
Glasgow?
Yeah. Hey, son, have you got any money on you?
Aye.
Well, could you lend me a brownie?
Eh?
A tenner. I lent Damon Grant some money, but it's left me a bit short.
Aye, all right.
Seems set to corner the market in plastic bags, are Damon. Gonna line his pockets by lining other people's bins. You all right?
It's from her.
Hey?
My husband's fancy piece.
What does she want?
Says she's coming down to talk to me.
When?
Next week. Cheek of a bitch.
Seen a Sonny or other. I can't make it out. Do you know her? Oh, what are you doing?
What?
You're smoking in the living room.
Away with you.
Sam, we made a rule.
For God's sake, Pat, give us a break. My nerves are an age.
Every time the going gets rough, you reach for a cigarette.
I'll kill her.
She's only coming down to talk.
Talk? I'm going to wipe the floor with her. Shouldn't it be too difficult? Living with him for a couple of months. We used to be in a punch bag by now.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Out.
But I need to talk.
Yeah, and I need to breathe.
For God's sake, Pat. That marriage certificate's my bit of revenge for the years he treated me like a doormat. She thinks I'm going to tear it up for her or anyone else. She's got another thing coming. I'm going to wipe the floor with her.
Right.